And hello everyone, this is Logan with Decode Your Reality, and today we're going to be doing one on the band Black Sabbath versus the Occult and all the aspects that are tied into this, including, of course, the frontman for that song, Ronnie James Dio. The band AC/DC has some ties into this as well. If you fancy the Tarot, the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, Kabbalah, that has a tie into all this as well. And then, of course, the big boy on the block, the one that kind of started it all for me, the planet Saturn and the number 26/8. The 2 plus 6 is 8. And we're going to be focusing on the song done back in 1980, the song Heaven and Hell, and what I believe to be magic, primarily black magic. Now, I want to digress really quickly, say this is just my opinion, my expressions, my discoveries. This is nothing against Black Sabbath. I've been a fan of theirs since I've been listening to music, which has been quite some time. And this has been my favorite song by Black Sabbath. And this is kind of where I found this kind of stuff, was by listening to this live performance in Radio City Music Hall back in 2007, I believe it was. And the song Heaven and Hell. I'm going to play a snippet off of this right here because I think it has great significance. But let's break this all down. I'm going to show you guys how what I believe the number 11 and the invoking of magic upon us, using the spoken word. I believe everything we say is a magic spell. I believe music and the music industry has a major influence on the way society goes about living. I believe it also, movies and the literature that we read have a major contributing factor to the way we perceive reality. And this is all real. A lot of people say that we're living in a holographic universe. Everything is just a hologram. It's an illusion. And I'm beginning to believe that. This is like a big video game. And I'm going to show you really where the power comes in here, because it all breaks down into numbers. And realistically, to me, numerology is where it's at. That's really where I got started, and then, of course, using logic. So let's get started here with the song Heaven and Hell and the word magic. Now, I'm going to start off by showing you the word magic here. I believe you have to break these words down into syllables, and magic's a 2-syllable word, and lo and behold, the word ma is a number 11, and again, I think that's really where it starts to come into play. You invoke the spoken word, magic's a number 11, and that's really where it comes in. Now, I really kind of started to discover the 11 when I started to look at the number 11 as a glyph, as a symbol. And I thought, man, it looks kind of like alternating current. And then I started to break down AC/DC, and I found out AC/DC equals the number 11 with the 4 and the 7. Quite interesting right there. And then I, decided to type in alternating current, and I got the opposite of the 4 and 7. I got the 74, which is an 11. And then I started to look at it as a symbol or a glyph, and I kind of thought that that's what it really is. It means as above, so below. This right here is the actual logo or the symbol for alternating current, and obviously this is the sine wave, the as above, so below, and then this encased in the pi, the 3.14, the creation, everything in the 0 right there. And so therefore, I believe wholeheartedly that the number 11 has everything to do with the invoking of magic upon us. I believe everything we say is a magic spell. That's why they say, how do you spell your name? Or what's the spelling of your name? I mean, you can break down tons of things in the world of literature, music, and movies, and it all comes down to this number here, the 11. Okay? Now I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Now, when I went ahead and pulled a Google search on Heaven and Hell, this is one of the pictures I got off one of the websites. And interestingly, I didn't put this on here. This was already on here, but we can see this is the lightning bolt right here. We see this in music a lot. I mean, Marilyn Manson, David Bowie's had it on his face a few times. And it's attached to the number 11. Someone put this here on purpose, and I think this has great significance to the as above, so below, the lightning flash of creation, the alternating current right there in your face. It's been there all along. If we break this song down, Heaven and Hell, we see it had a release date of April 25th, 1980, and when we break that down, quite extraordinary. 2 plus 5 plus 4, the month of April equals the number 11, and then 1980 equals the number 9, and when we adjoin these two numbers, we get the 9 and 11. You think there's any significance to why we press the number 911 on the phone when we have an emergency, or why they do things on the things that have dates with 9/11? This was done on purpose. I can assure you that's why it was released on this date. I almost guarantee it. This song was produced by Martin Birch. I've done a search on him. Can't find much on his background. background, but I broke down the name that he goes by, and it's interesting because his name, Martin, is a 2-syllable word. You have the 7 and you have the 4. You bring those two numbers together, you get the number 74. And what do we say 74 is? Alternating current / 11. I believe this is the number of magic. His last name equals Birch, which is a number 21. That is related to the World card, the last major arcana card in the Tarot system. The World card is equated to the planet Saturn. Saturn is the number 26. This is really where it got started all for me. The number 20, which is the number of magic, equals the number 26. Right there, if we type in 20, it equals the number 26. So there's tie-ins to the word magic and the word Saturn quite significantly right there. It's kind of really irrefutable. And I'm going to get into this here, the number 26. Let's go back to the number 74, the number 11. We talked about this, the number of magic. I'm going to get into the actual name of the song. Black Sabbath here equals the number 29. Interestingly, black equals the number 11. Sabbath is the number 18. And we can look down here, the ancient Egyptian deity, the god of darkness, Set, equals the number 18. If you like Aleister Crowley work in his Liber Al book, in chapter 3, verses I think 15 and 16, he talks about had and knew it, and knew it and had it, and how that relates to the number 1 and the 8. I didn't even include that in here, but there's some correlations there, I can promise you. The number 29 is associated with the word illusion. Illusion equals 29. Quite fascinating. And inside the song and the lyrics of Heaven and Hell, Ronnie James Dio, when he sings it, here's the actual lyrics. It says it right here on the second verse or the third verse. Well, if it seems to be real, it's illusion. What does that mean? Does it mean that everything we see that we think is real is an illusion? I'd like to think so. This really kind of tells the tale right here. An illusion is tied to magic because magic is the number of 11. Quite fascinating. The song title, Heaven and Hell, equals the number 44. What does that have anything to do with this? Well, it's a number 8, first and foremost, which is tied directly to Saturn. Saturn's the 26-8. But if we type in the word 44 in our cipher, we get the number 38, which of course breaks down to the number 11. If we go to like the Roman numerals, 38, the 10, 20, 35, 6, 7, and 8, that equals the number 29/11. All these numbers are all tied into the number 11 and the number of magic. It's quite fascinating. Now, in the song itself, in the song right here, during this presentation in Radio Music City Hall, which I'm going to play for you in a second, Ronnie James Dio says, before he starts to sing this song, "The world is full of kings and queens who will blind your eyes and steal your dreams." And that has 68 letters to it and 17 words. If you multiply 68 times 17, that equals an 1111. The 11 plus the 5 and 6, which equals the 1111. I know that's done on purpose. I can promise you this is not done on accident. This is all done on purpose. Maybe something's channeling through Ronnie when he's writing these lyrics, or whoever's writing these lyrics. But I can assure you these are done completely on purpose. I'm showing you here this has a total value of 261 in our cipher. There's the planet Saturn right there, but if we add these up, you have the 8 plus the 1, that equates to the god, again, the Egyptian god of darkness, Set. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back right here, and I'm going to show you exactly where he talks about that. I'm going to ram this up.
Remember, the world is full of kings and queens who blind your eyes and steal your dreams. It's heaven and hell.
All right, so there you have it. I mean, there's what he said right here. The world is filled with kings and queens who will blind your eyes and steal your dreams. 1111, tied into the 18, tied into the number 26. I mean, I don't know what more really evidence you need to see the significance of this number 11 here. It's quite fascinating. Again, I think I touched on AC/DC equals the number 47, the 11, the alternating current, the 74. All these numbers tie into the number 11, and the actual symbol is the alternating current, the as above, so below. I mean, it's kind of irrefutable at this point to really say, oh, there's nothing, there's no tie-ins, this is all hogwash. I think not. I think not. Let me just digress here about the number 26. The word God in English ordinal equals the number 26. The word Yeshua, one of Jesus' names, equals the number 26. If you do a translation of God in Italian, it equals Dio. Do you think that was done on purpose? 1,000%. He chose that for his band name. The word Dio equals the number 11. He's famous for the devil horns. We can easily look at this as a symbol or a glyph, and there is your number 11, the 1 and the 1. And interestingly, Ronnie James Dio, the word he goes by in the world of music, equals the number 47, which equals the number 11, which is the reversal of the 74, the number 11. AC equals the 47. Quite fascinating, to say the least. I guess I can throw this in here. Malkuth and the Tree of Life, that equals the number 26. I think I already went over that. Sorry if I did. But I'm going to leave you guys off by, this is probably the biggest piece of this entire presentation right here. And it may not mean much when you look at it. Ooh, 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 ooh. It has ooh or oh. It has it 11 times. 11 times. And this is sung in this song, Heaven and Hell, by the band, and a crowd goes along with it. And they say this 11 times. And I believe that this is in the invoking of magic. And if you put all these words together, all 11 of them, it equals the number 11. And interestingly enough, it's 33 letters. If you don't know what the number 33 equals in the whole occult aspect, I'd suggest you do some searches on that. Major significance there. It has 33 letters and 11 words. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this off by playing the track there with what I'm talking about. Now, see if you can discover the invoking of magic upon the crowd. And Ronnie James Dio even says it at the very end when the crowd goes ahead and sings it. Here we go. Pay attention.
You know, with most of the shows we've done so far, we have to prompt the audience to sing that particular part. And so I always make them sing it with us so we can actually hear it. Didn't need any prompting from you, there it was. But I'd still like to hear you have you sing it. Sing it for us, sing it with us. It's a great riff, deserves it. Okay, here we go, guys.
You know what he just said? Magic, right at the end. Thank you, magic. And if you count those O-O-O's as they sing it, you'll find that you'll come up with 11 times. It will be 11 times that he sings it and the crowd sings it, and it just so happens to have 33 letters and 11 words. Now, yeah, you could say, oh, you can add another O in there, and that's perhaps the case, but I still believe in my heart that they're invoking the aspects of magic, and it all ties into this number 11 that we see here over and over. I've shown this in so many different illustrations, in bands, in real life, in news, that this number 11 keeps coming up over and over. And I'm telling you guys, this is the number of magic. My name's Logan. This is Decode Your Reality. Thanks for watching.